Hello, fellow neighbors of Winston Tower 600 and owners. I wanted to find an effective way to voice some of my concerns. Our board meetings, unfortunately, are not conducive to professional discussion, as you've seen. And I did hear a number of you have called me and told me that you really don't like the high level of emotions or screaming or yelling. It's not constructive, and I hear you. And I agree that I need to work on the way I present information. It's unfortunately, I spend a lot of time and a lot of investment into our community. I care about this, and it's frustrating when you're not given the opportunity to present information in a productive and a constructive and professional manner, but I will try and do better. So I'm hoping that this approach will be more constructive in relaying some concerns that I have and giving you the opportunity as owners to judge for yourself, to look at the information yourself, to ask questions of those people that you trust and you feel comfortable with, and to understand, why am I raising these concerns? Are they valid? Are they not valid? So recently we received several blasts from Evan Grant stating that we have 3.2 million in savings. And last board meeting, I've asked Alex Mack to explain to us where do these savings come from, because they do not appear in our financial statements, and he has not been able to explain it. So I just want to point out my concerns to you and figure it out on your own. So on February 6th, we received our financial statements for 2025, for December 31st, 2025. They have not been yet placed on Green Condo. I'm not sure why, but they're definitely available to our management and our board. And so please get a copy. There are 8 pages, summary pages of the report. There is the balance sheet and the income statement that basically shows our full financial position. So as you look on the last page, it's going to say page 3 of 3 of the income statement that shows all of our budget and all of our expenses. You'll know that our budget was 4.7 million with change, and our expenses are shown at 5.17 million. So we've spent more than we budgeted for in 2025, a over expenditure of over 450,000 or close to 450,000. So there's absolutely no savings shown in budget versus expenses. And you know that we've reduced our insurance to bare minimum. We've reduced our security to bare minimum. And despite all of those reductions in services, we have still spent more than we budgeted for. So the question is, where are these savings coming from? What I believe Evan Grant is referring to, although he has not explained that, is our cash position. So if you go up to the report, the first page of our balance sheet, you'll see that we have 1.4 million in cash balances on our accounts. We have that. But then you go down on that same page, that same report, and you see liabilities, and you'll see that we have 1.1 with change million in liabilities. So all of that cash is earmarked to pay for those expenses that we've incurred. So we don't have savings. We have cash on hand, and Evan has stated that he's got an MBA, but this is very basic knowledge. If you have cash that you've already taken obligation against, that's not your savings. So just one example. For example, you'll see that in those cash accounts, there's one account called security deposits, and you'll see 93,000 in that account. But then you go down to liabilities, and you'll see that we have $450,000 in security deposits that we owe people. What is that account typically used for is when we rent our units or when we do renovations, we give a deposit to the office. It goes into that account. It should be a dedicated account utilized only for that purpose as security deposits. You cannot use this cash on hand for anything else. And all those funds should be in that account. But we only have $93,000. So where's the rest of the money? Where's another 300 and some $1,000 that needs to be sitting in that account? What is suggested by this report is that these funds were used inappropriately. They were transferred. They paid some bills with those accounts. I don't know the details. I have not done an audit. You look at that and ask yourself a question, or ask Alex Mack or Evan Grant, where are these funds? Why are they not in the account? How are they going to pay back these security deposits? Has this account been reconciled, etc.? Those are some of the questions that you should be asking. So if Evan Grant is referring to cash on hand, I think a first grader not requiring an MBA knows that cash minus liabilities is what we actually have in savings per se, and we do not have any savings. So the question is, please explain $3.2 million in savings. Where are they coming from? Where are they on our financial statements? And, to be used for the pool deck project, when most of the funds we have are either earmarked towards liabilities that are stated on the financial statements, or special assessments, or specific accounts such as security deposits that cannot be used. And what we do have is a reserve account that has very little balances in it. So I encourage you to ask these questions. I encourage you to look at the financial statements, and I encourage Evan and Alex to explain very clearly how are they coming up with $3.2 million in savings when the financial statements show no expenditures and absolutely no savings to be shown. So if you find this approach prudent, if you find these videos interesting, please let me know. My phone number is 267-251-7161. You can call me. I'd be more than happy to do more videos on topics of interest. And I look forward to hearing from you. And as we're embarking on an election in less than a month, we should really understand what the current board is doing. And are they misinforming us, or are they misinformed themselves? I'm looking forward to your input.